Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. This is my 10,000 subscribers celebration, a Q&A. I asked you guys at some point last week for questions in the community section of the page and on a specific video, and I got an overwhelmingly good response. Over 50 questions in the end. I'm going to be answering them all in today's video, so thank you very much for that. We've also passed 11,000 subscribers since the last video, which is insane, but I'm going to try and go rapid fire. I don't want this video to go on forever. So first of all, we've got Siraj. Thank you very much for your congratulations and your other comment, by the way. He said, what is your age? I am 21. I'm coming up 22 in September. Ben Webb asks, PS4 or Xbox One X? PS4 Pro, that is what the console I have. Not opposed to Xbox side though, but prefer the exclusives, I think, on PS4. And better controllers, so that's what I've gone for. What's your favourite Battle Royale game? From Abu Bakr Shahid, I think that's how you say it. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout is probably the only Battle Royale game I've played, not played Fortnite or anything like that, so Blackout is my favourite Battle Royale game. Beast Ari says, are there any other sports that aren't on the channel that you're interested in? Congrats on the 10k, by the way, Joe. Thank you very much. I like golf. That's not much on the channel. I like football. That's not on the channel at the moment either. But yeah, my main sport is snooker, which we'll get onto. But yeah, those are the sports that I like. F1 as well, which, you know, will be back on the channel this month. MotoGP's alright as well. Can't really think of any other sports though. What's the worst game that you've ever played? Probably a game on PS2 called Racing Simulation 3. Now, if you go and check out my good friend TIJ Gaming's channel, he did a Retro Sunday on it, and it's hilariously bad. It's honestly one of the worst games I've ever played. Took me a long time to get rid of that, and it was in a little care package I sent to TIJ Gaming with a lot of games in. But thank you for the comment. The Peachy Face too. Poetry99 says, Snooker 19 needs more improvements. What do you think? I think it does. I think it's got a very, very good core gameplay, wonderful, solid foundations to build on. But of course, you know, there's always room for improvement, and I think they know that, and I'm sure they'll produce it. Cam Debarm asks, do you personally still enjoy playing Tennis World Tour? Yes, very much so. I think just the fact that we've got a new tennis game is good. You know, I think people fail to realise that. You know, before Tennis World Tour and AO Tennis, we went something like 7 years without a tennis game. So, yeah, I still enjoy it though. When did you start YouTube? Same guy asking. I started on the 12th of September 2015, so I've been doing it nearly 4 years now, which is crazy. Favourite cricketer not from England? Does Kevin Peterson count? He's South African. Probably Tendulkar or Ricky Ponting, somebody like that. I'm always a fan of batsmen rather than bowlers, to be honest. Yeah, probably one of them too. Or Shane Warne, he's also pretty good. Hamza Saqib, first time playing big hand cricket game, what controls do you recommend? Probably standard, where you use the buttons to play rather than the sticks. I think they're a bit harder to get used to. So I think it might be classic controls rather than standard. I don't know. The ones with the buttons anyway. Luke Ashcroft, did you play Virtua Tennis? I did. I actually quite enjoyed it, but I was always a topspin man myself, I think. João Gonçalves, maybe. Do you find snooker more difficult than pool or the other way around? Big hug from Portugal. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Yeah, snooker is more difficult than pool. I think because I play snooker, I find pool easier. Pockets are just bigger, smaller table on a pool table, but equally I don't know the rules as well, so yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I find pool a lot easier and probably more boring than playing snooker, but that's just my opinion. Kafa FIFA, first things first, congratulations on 10k, thank you. What's the hardest game you've ever played? It's a tough one, this. I think playing some of the old Call of Duties on veteran difficulty is pretty tough. And obviously, you know, actually The Last of Us is a pretty difficult game. I'm trying to think of other ones where it's been incredibly difficult. Some of the early Uncharted games, the later missions were quite tough. But yeah, one of them really. On harder difficulties, those games are really tough. Thank you for your question, though. Would you rather the original Tennis World Tour game or AO Tennis? Tennis World Tour for me. It always has been since I started playing it. AO Tennis has become a lot more arcadey since it released, and I don't really enjoy it. I played it recently and just didn't have any fun at all. Holden is Beast. What is your job? I've just left university, but I will be a maths teacher in a secondary school from September. So that is going to be my job. Jeevan Jahita, what's your opinion on Virtual Pool 4? If you haven't played it. Yeah, I have seen some of Malcolm Clark's stuff on YouTube. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like those sorts of games where it is just literally playing pool. There's no... I don't know, purpose to it. There's no real players on there. I'm not a big online gamer, so for me it's not great, but I can see why people like it. Beastery again. Can we really ask anything? Yes, you can. Really can. Doesn't mean I'm going to answer it, though. Hazard Mort Gaming HD. Congrats on 10k. I haven't got a question, but I'm just here to say keep up the good content you bring to the world every single day. We appreciate it. Roll on 20k. Here. Thank you very much for the kind words. Kieran Hothy. So these are now on the video. The other ones were the community tab. What got you in all these sports and having so much knowledge and playing all these sports games? I haven't seen a YouTuber do it like you, which is awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know, just sort of cricket I got into it at school. Football, I guess, is quite a... well, it is the most popular sport in the UK. Snooker, you know, I think my nana used to watch snooker a lot, and I probably picked that up from her, but I've been playing snooker for as long as I can remember, really, probably the last 14-15 years. I've been actually playing on a full-size table, and, you know, the knowledge thing just comes from being an absolute anorak with these things. I've got some really pointless things in this brain. It's just a shame I can't remember the stuff I need to remember, but, you know, I research things and, you know, look into them and pick up facts from, you know, the commentators and remember things myself that have happened as well. But yeah, that's a very good question. But yeah, basically I'm just a nerd. Anurag Aman asks, you totally deserve this, thank you. Why did you start doing YouTube videos, for money or for fame? Well, neither of those reasons, actually. It was because there was a Windows 10 update that came out that allowed you to capture your screen, so I just did it. And, you know, I played a bit of Football Manager, talked over it, and did it, uploaded it, got over 100 views, and I was like, I quite enjoyed doing that, so started doing it, and I've done it pretty much every day since, to be honest with you. Obviously, I've upgraded my equipment, switched the games up a little bit, but essentially, I'm doing exactly what I did back then. I don't use the Windows capture screen anymore, but it is a wonderful way to start, just by pressing the Windows key and G at the same time, and you can record your gameplay, and as long as you have a mic on your computer, you can start today. But thank you for your question. Hugo Lloyd 17, what is your favourite game of all time? Congrats on 10,000. Thank you very much. My favourite game of all time is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and not for the multiplayer. I didn't start playing multiplayer games until probably 2010, 2011. That game was just incredible. The story was brilliant. Modern Warfare 2 comes pretty close as well. The Last of Us is incredible. And Red Dead Redemption 2, honestly, probably the most emotionally attached I've ever been to a game is Red Dead Redemption 2, and the emotional impact of the ending on that game for me was crazy. I didn't pick up the game for about 3-4 days after that. I was shook by it. And if you don't know what the ending is, go and play it. It's honestly an absolute masterpiece. Sharpie Edge says, when will you get to 1 million? Not anytime soon, maybe never. I think on Social Blade the prediction is about 2024, so maybe in 5 years' time we can come back to this and see if I was right. Right, TIJ, my good friend, has many questions here. I'm going to rattle them off. Favourite Virgo saying, I think the kettle's boiled. That's 100% my favourite. Oh, hang on. Could be. Is your impression of Alan McManus on Neil Fold's better? Probably Alan McManus, I think. Favourite series to record at the moment, Snooker 19. Also enjoy recording cricket as well. But one of the early ones that I really enjoyed recording was Minecraft, and that was one of the first things that I did, and the Uncharted series as well. But yeah, favourite Rog song. Ooh, Roger Whittaker we're talking about here. Probably all of my life at the moment. I think that's maybe my favourite. Or Streets of London is always a classic as well. Trump or Verstappen? Very good question. I think I'm going to have to go Verstappen on this one. If you could only play one video game again, what would it be? It's a tough one. I think I would very much miss having a snooker game, but maybe Red Dead 2, because there's so much to do in it. I don't think I'd ever get bored of sort of exploring the world and doing things, so maybe that one. Proudest video game achievement. Again, that's quite a tough one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what my proudest video game achievement is. Probably that, some of the creations I've made on Minecraft are my proudest achievements in video games. But yeah, Seema or Mel Jones, Seema, definitely. If you could only listen to one of Roger Whittaker or Engelbert again, which would you choose? Probably Roger Whittaker. I think I like more of his songs than I like Engelbert's songs, but that's just personal. Do you like India? Yes, I do. I love their food anyway. Anyway, SimGamer262, congrats. I love watching your videos on my other channel. This is my YouTube channel. I was wondering how you managed to record videos in such high quality, as mine only get 720. I was also wondering, do you live stream on YouTube through the PS4? Well, first of all, thank you for your question. I record PC gameplay with OBS, and in that you can change the video settings to record in 1080p. Just search on YouTube how to do that. For console gaming, I have an Elgato 1080, HD 60, I think it is, which records in 1080p, 60 frames a second. So that's how I get the console footage in 1080. But yeah, that's what I do for that, and that's how I upload videos in such high quality, as you say. But it's also to do with rendering as well. You've got to render at 1080p. But hopefully that answers your question. Would you consider playing some Motorsport Manager or some older niche racing games like Toka Race Driver, AFL Live, Isle of Man TT? I've actually done quite a bit of Motorsport Manager on the channel. I did a F1 2017 series, I think. Did a bit of F1 2018. Did my own career on it as well when it first came out. But yeah, I've done a little bit of that. No plans to go back to it unless they do a sequel. And the other racing things, I wouldn't do a series on them, but I definitely put them in the retro show one week, I would say. Epic Gamer Matt says, first, well done. Second, what's your favourite sport? Snooker. Alan Snell, whereabouts in the northeast are you from? South Shields. A lovely little coastal town. I am moving away soon though, which is sad. Joe Mudd, can you do a meet and greet? if I go to a big gaming event, or if I go to the snooker or something, maybe I'll do a meet and greet. But I'm not gonna go out and arrange one, because I don't think that many people would come. But for the cost of it. But certainly if I'm out and about somewhere, like a convention, that could be a possibility. Lee246, would you ever consider bringing back Football Manager series when the new one is released, or are you done with that now on the channel? I don't think I'm done with it. This is what I built the channel around, was Football Manager. This year I haven't enjoyed it as much, or I was really enjoying it and then I just hit a brick wall, and I think I've just burnt myself out with Football Manager over the years. I definitely plan to do some more Football Manager. I just want to do something a bit different to the YouTubers if I do come back to it. So the question is, I would say I will do another Football Manager series. When, I'm not entirely sure, and I don't know what it's going to be. Who's your all-time favourite snooker player? Ronnie O'Sullivan. You're on death row. This is D-Jam, by the way. You're on death row, and as your last meal, you can have a starter, main, dessert, and a drink. What do you have? Congrats on 10k once again. Thank you very much, D-Jam. Really appreciate it. So start out, have a cheesy garlic bread. Main, I would have a lasagna, specifically from a restaurant called Pacino's in South Shields. It is the world's best lasagna. I'm sorry, I've had lasagna in probably tens, of different restaurants over the years, and I've had plenty in Italy as well, and I've not tasted a better lasagna than in Pacino's, so I would have that with plenty of Parmesan cheese on it. Dessert, I would have a millionaire shortbread sundae from a local pub. However, they don't make it anymore, which is sad, but it is the best dessert I've ever had. And to drink, I would have probably a banana milkshake from McDonald's. But yeah, good question. Whereabouts in the UK are you from? I'm from South Shields in the northeast. Well done on 10k, you really deserve it. 2 questions. Do you support a football team? When I was younger, I used to support Arsenal. I don't really support anybody now. Thierry Henry was my favourite player, so I supported Arsenal. But yeah, I don't really care about who wins and who loses now. But yeah. What did you want to be when you were a young boy? Actually, until a couple of years ago, I wanted to be a police officer. But obviously I wanted to then become a maths teacher, and that's what I've pursued doing. By a couple, I mean probably 6, 7, 8 years ago. I've wanted to be a teacher for quite a while now. What was the best thing that's happened to you in your life? One of the best things, some of the best things I've done is go to Disney World last summer. That was amazing. The summer before that, I actually got to go on an F1 race simulator at a Ferrari one at Imola racetrack, and that was an incredible experience. But yeah, I'm not. It's a difficult one. I'd say those are some of the best things that I've done. What's happened to me? I've been very lucky, really. I don't know what to say for that. I don't think I can list one thing. There's a lot of good things that have happened to me. I've been very lucky, and I think that's what I'm happy about. Who's your football team? We've already answered that. What level would YouTube streaming need to reach for you to have to make a decision about making it full time? Just being sure I'm going to have a constant income. I could probably do it at a push at something like 25-30k, but I don't think I would. I'm pretty much locked in to do teaching until 2022, just something with the scheme I'm doing. So it definitely wouldn't be any time before then. But yeah, I think I think sort of 50,000, 100,000 subs and getting constant views, and certainly support on Patreon, that sort of thing, is what I think I would need. But thank you for your question. Oops, I've put the same one in twice. When will the next Snooker 19 patch be, and will they add trophy ceremonies? I'm not the developer, so I don't know when the next patch is going to be. I would imagine they'll add trophy celebrations at some point. They're in the trailer, so they've done the animations. I would imagine they'll be added in. Rob Ponton, congrats on 10k. Do you think live streams you'll do Let's Plays? Would love to see some old school point and click games or games like Kingdom Come Deliverance with the DLCs. Yeah, I definitely see streaming as being able to do something different to what I do on the channel at the moment. I think that's been the problem with streaming in the past, that I've done what I've done on the channel. So I think I would do something different. Stuff like Kingdom Come, very potentially, you never know. But yeah, I'd like to do different sort of games in the live streams. It's just getting the time to actually do them. Gaza, in Snooker 19, if you could add anything to the game, what would it be? Probably a career mode for, Creator Pro. But other than that, sort of trophy presentations, as we've talked about, and player introductions. I think those sort of things would be a lot more immersive. But yeah, the usual things, really. I think they've got pretty much a perfect game on their hands apart from that. Bit of a random question, because you're so good at maths, do you smash the numbers maths round? I'm pretty good at it. I wouldn't say I smash it. I don't see unusual ways to do things, but I'm quite good mental arithmetic, obviously, so I'm decent at the numbers round at least. Who got you into snooker? I think I've already mentioned that. But I play snooker with my uncle at the moment. I guess he's a big reason why I'm into it as well. But it's just always been on the telly in my house, and something I've picked up. Andy23, congrats. My question is, can Trump rule snooker, and what's your personal high break? My high break is 67 at the moment. Can Trump rule snooker? I would say no, and that's not because I don't like him. It's because I don't think anybody can. Just because he's won the world title this season doesn't mean he's going to go and rule snooker. Look at Stu Bingham, look at Graham Dott. Just because you win a world title does not mean you're going to go on and win every tournament for the rest of time. I think there's too many good players now. I think he can probably be world number one. I think he can win a couple of more world titles. I don't think he's going to go on and dominate snooker though, but I could be wrong. What's your favourite game at the moment? Probably Snooker 19, weirdly, but I guess story-driven game, Red Dead, still. Is there anything about YouTube or life that you regret, wish you'd done in another way? I wish I'd made the changes to the channel that I made at the start of this year sooner. I think things would have been a lot better. Life, not really. I wish I'd carried on with sport at school. That's a little bit of a regret. But other than that, not really. As I said before, I think I've been quite lucky in life so far. The Slistar 2, I think that is. Well done on 10k, thank you very much. How about doing a series on the old, I'm assuming that means Olympics games, summer games or that sort of thing, or can we just watch you playing Pit Stop? I'm going to say Olympics games, definitely in the Retro Show. Other stuff, I have no idea what you're talking about. But thank you for your question. I think that's a duplicate there as well. Tommy Triangle, congratulations on 1k, by the way, for you. Huge congrats on 10,000 subs. No one deserves it more than you. Keep up the fantastic work. Where did the name Captain Goodspeed come from? Surprised I wasn't asked this more, but it was my PS3 gamer tag from about 2008. I made a PSN account before I started playing online games, which is weird, I know, but basically the captain part comes from Captain Price from Call of Duty 4, and Goodspeed comes from the film The Rock. Nicolas Cage plays a guy called Stanley Goodspeed, and yeah, put the two names together. The Rock is my favourite film. That's where that comes from. It's probably a much more boring story than you were expecting. What are your top 3 albums of all time? Top 3 is tough. I I think Take That 3 has got to be in there. The first one as a 3-piece. I think it's a brilliant album. I quite like Engelbert Humperdinck's Duets album. That's quite a good one. And the best of Bond, all the Bond songs. Not something I've particularly thought about before. I like music from a lot of artists, and they're all just dumped in a playlist for me. Guess that's the problem these days, isn't it? Actually, Gary Barlow, Since I Saw You Last, is also an excellent album. Snooker Obsession, do you think they will release Snooker 20 next year? No, I don't think so. I think we'll have to wait a lot longer for that to happen. As far as I'm aware, they do want to make it a yearly franchise, but not yet, I don't think. Not yet. But yeah, that's everything. So thank you very much for all of the questions. They were really good, and I really enjoyed answering them. Sorry if I missed any. I've had to put nearly 50 questions into this sort of template, so I apologise for that. But yeah, thank you for all the wonderful questions. Hopefully I answered yours. If not, let me know down in the comments and we can do another one at some point as well. But thank you very much for 10,000 and 11,000 subscribers. Leave a like down below if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think to some of the answers as well. Maybe they were a bit rubbish, maybe they weren't. Subscribe for daily sports and retro gaming content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.